Good evening, everyone. Welcome to our Cloud Zendo, and warm welcome to Reverend Issho Fujita. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. I first met you either 2015 or 2016, and you probably don't remember me, but I was with Roshi, and just remember.
No, I remember you very well.
Thank you. I'm thinking we did a little Tai Chi push hands, and I remember thinking and talked about some physical practices. And I know that's a big part of your teaching in life is the somatic element. And if you feel Issho-san, he's just a solid block of muscle. And it's really incredible to give you a hug, which I hope we can do again soon. So just to say a few words about Reverend Issho. He was born in Ehime Prefecture in Japan in 1954. He studied developmental and clinical psychology at the University of Tokyo. And besides academic study, he intensively practiced Aikido and Noguchi exercise. When he was a doctoral student at the age of 27, he was recommended by a master of Chinese medicine to attend a week-long Zen sesshin at Engakuji, a traditional Rinzai monastery in Kamakura. Through this experience, he was deeply fascinated by Zazen practice. Eventually, he left the graduate school to study Zen full-time at Antaiji, Soto Zen Monastery in Hyoga Prefecture. In 1987, he became a resident teacher at Pioneer Valley Zendo in Massachusetts. And during his stay until 2005, he also taught at various colleges and institutions such as Smith College, Amherst, Mount Holyoke, University of Massachusetts, and Barry Center for Buddhist Studies. In 2010, he was assigned to be a director of Soto Zen Buddhism International Center in San Francisco. And until resigning from that position in 2018, he visited many Soto Zen centers, temples, and groups worldwide to teach Soto Zen teaching and practice. Now he lives in Hayama, Japan with his wife and cat, Tara, as a freelance Zen teacher who teaches a somatic style of Zen in lectures, workshops, and books, and has worked closely with Roshi Joan, who's on here. Do you want to say something, Roshi? And has met Diane and Wendy Lau as well.
I just want to say hi to my old friend Issho-san, and thank you so much. And good morning in Hayama, and good evening here at the refuge where you've also been. So thank you so much for giving us this time, Issho-san.
Thank you for having me. It's wonderful to hear
I'm going to go
you.
hide behind the screen, but we'll be with you.
So, Reverend Issho-san, we will begin with the verse before the Dharma talk.
Thank you. Hello, everyone.
We're going to chant the verse before the Dharma talk now.
All right, okay.
The Dharma is vast and subtle. We now have a chance to hear it, study it, and practice it. We vow to realize its true meaning. The Dharma is vast and subtle. We now have a chance to hear it, study it, and practice it. We vow to realize its true meaning. The Dharma is vast and subtle. We now have a chance to hear it, study it, and practice it. We vow to realize its true meaning.
Okay, my turn. All right. Hello, everyone. My name is Issho Fujita. I'm very happy to be able to speaking to you. So to whom I'm speaking, mainly resident, Upaya resident.
You've got the Upaya residents, a few guests there in the Zendo, and also 51 people online on YouTube because we're going from Zoom to YouTube.
Oh, I see. Okay, wow. Okay, I'm living in Hayama, Kanagawa Prefecture. So you can see the somehow the part of the nature in which I'm living now. And I'm very happy to speak about Zazen, which totally changed the course of my life when since 1980. So let me start my talk from the kind of short self-introduction to show some picture. So the title of my talk today is Zazen, a way of harmonizing the self. I don't use the term Zen meditation because according to Dogen, Zazen is not a meditation. The term meditation I use as the human-made technique to achieve some state of mind. Within Buddhism, there are many kinds of meditation in that sense. But Dogen distinguished Zazen from those many types of meditations. And I think which is very important point for us to practice Zazen. So somehow my talk focus on that uniqueness of Zazen. Okay, but before that, I'd like to introduce myself. My first encounter with Zazen, as Noah-san mentioned, was the winter session for students at Enkakuji Kojirin. Kojirin means a building for the lay practitioner. So Enkakuji Monastery has the house or building, particularly for the lay practitioners. That was 1980. I was 26. So this is a picture of the entrance. This thatched roof gate is the entrance to the Kojirin. And these monks and nuns are from Plum Village. I had a wonderful opportunity to do a tour guide of Kamakura when the brother and sisters came from the Plum Village. So I asked them to take a picture in front of the very important place for my life. So this is a picture of summer session for students at Enkakuji Kojirin with Roshi. He already passed away. His name is Daishin Adachi Roshi, the master of Yokota Roshi, current abbot of Enkakuji, whom Halifax Roshi met this year. And you can see serious face Issho here. I'm wearing the martial arts uniform and the short hair, joining this many of people, mainly student, but some other kind of. And then these monks helped this program from the monastery. So we lived 5 or 7 days retreat, very similar to the practice at the monastery. So next year, 1982, I dropped out from the graduate school, where I studied child development, focusing on language acquisition and motor development of the infant. I still have a very deep interest in that kind of inquiry, but pull from Zazen was much stronger than the academic interest. So I made a decision to quit it and enter the monastery, Antaiji, very unique Soto Zen training temple, deep in the mountain. So deep in the mountain. Originally, Antaiji was located in Kyoto, but my teacher, my master, decided to sell the land to buy an abandoned village deep in the mountain so that we can focus on the practice. So very snowy area. That's why the village people abandoned this village. But we entered intentionally to such a very harsh nature place. This is a fall time, autumn time at the monastery, and I ordained following year, age of 29, with another candidate. And then I started life, a lot of SAMU working practice, because we try to sustain our life selling radish to the big city, which is very difficult task, but we tried washing so many radish and bundle them and then send it to the big market, and then we get some cash. But we try to grow rice, vegetables, and taking care of trees and so on. A lot of work. And at that time, there are 3 monks from Italy. So there are 3 Italian monks practicing with us. Very snowy. And then I was dispatched by my master to go to Massachusetts in the United States to practice with a small group of American Zen practitioners. From 87, and I stayed there almost 18 years till 2005. That's also located deep in the forest and very snowy, very similar to Antaiji. Very humble, handmade house, small zendo. And our policy is no donation requested, no donation refused. So donation-based practice. So I had a session, 5-day session every month, and then every Sunday, 1-day session, and then morning session, morning Zazen and evening Zazen. So no membership, but the people mainly from the local area form a core group, about 20, and I enjoy practicing with them. Sometimes I did lay ordination, jukai, and I grow vegetables. And also there was a 5 college by maybe 1 hour drive. I can get access to 5 colleges: Smith, Mount Holyoke, Amherst, Hampshire College, and University of Massachusetts. And then out 3 colleges, I had a weekly Zen meditation, Zazen meeting with students. This is, I think, a tea ceremony house at Mount Holyoke College. So that was very exciting for me to practicing with young students, having conversation with them. It's very stimulating and exciting. And then I came back to Japan 2005 when I was 50 here. A friend of mine invited me to come back to Japan when he bought this very big pensions in Hayama. And then he asked me to be a resident caretaker. And then within the property, there is a temple building. Inside the property, there's a temple building. So he said I can use it as a zendo. So I decided to come back to Japan with my family. So since then, I'm living here. And 2010 till 2018, I was assigned to be a director of Soto Zen Buddhism in International Center in San Francisco. And I visited many Zen centers and Zen temples in North America, South America, Hawaii, Europe. So here is some pictures. This is a small zendo in Vermont. This is Minneapolis, Hokyoji. And this is a meeting with the American Zen priest in San Francisco. This is San Francisco Zen Center, Page Street, city center. Saturday morning Dharma talk. Lots of people come to listen to the Dharma talk. And a workshop at the Dharma Hall at the San Francisco Zen Center City Hall, a city center. And also I have a chance to visit IT big industry like Facebook, Salesforce, and Google, Apple, and Starbucks in West Coast to check out what's going on there in terms of kind of mindfulness kind of intervention in the IT business kind of thing. There I also have a Dharma talk or a short practice of sitting, kind of like this. Okay. And I met Joan Halifax Roshi at the Grace program. She came to teach us the Grace program, the Japanese doctor, nurse, and social worker, and so on, 2015 in Nara. So I was asked to join a translator teams. So I was very lucky to know this program, and then through joining the program, I get acquainted with Joan Halifax Roshi. Then I met Noah here. This is next year, 2016. And this, I think, 17. And then also, I joined the Being with Dying program held at Upaya, May 2018. So I enjoyed learning a lot from the program with those wonderful teachers. And also, I was invited to go to stay at the refuge with Roshi for several days with my Japanese friend, Masa. And also this year, I spent many days with Roshi here and there. And this is Yokota Roshi at the abbot of Enkakuji. And he kindly guide us in Enkakuji, and we enjoy the meeting and eating lunch with him. This is kind of part of that tour guide in Enkakuji. So I'm very wonderful karmic connection with John Halifax Roshi and Empire, and also that's brought me here today speaking in front of you. All right, so quickly I try to share my understanding of Zazen now. So Zazen as a main gate to Buddha Dharma. And I'm explaining and teaching and instructing Zazen as the harmonizing body, breath, mind, posture, breathing, and mental state. And then how to attain those harmonization of mind and body, harmonizing the self. This is a quotation from Dogen, translated by Tanahashi sensei, who often visit Upaya. So let me quote Dogen. Just set aside your body and mind, forget about and throw them into the house of the Buddha. I summarize this section as a release, let go. Okay? Then all is done by Buddha when you follow this. I summarize this part as receive. If I release something, mainly my tension or egoistic intention, then something come to me. The Dogen described it from the side of the Buddha. And then what I should do is follow that invitation. So it's receiving, right? Then without effort or calculation, you are free from birth and death and become Buddha. So this I summarize as the appreciate the practice, the fruits of the practice, appreciating the fruits of practice. This part is very important nowadays. I have been ignoring putting emphasis on this part, but nowadays I realize this is very important. Appreciates the fruits of the practice right now, not sometime later. So, and also another important point is this practice of harmonizing posture, breath, and the mind cannot be done as a solo. Just kind of, I can do it by myself. That's the main approach of the meditation. To me, the human-made meditation has two characteristics. The one is goal-oriented, the purpose-driven. And the second characteristic of the meditation is a kind of forcefulness. Those two characters are kind of set, one set, because we are driven forcefully to achieve the goal or purpose. That's mainly the human type of effort. But this quality of the effort should be shifted to the Buddha effort. So in Zazen, the posture, breathing, mental state is not a solo practice, but always collaboration with, for example, posture, it's a collaboration with the ground, or in other viewpoint, it's a gravity. It's a collaborative work with the gravity. Without gravity or the ground, we cannot harmonize. So always it's a relationship, the harmonizing the relationship. As for posture, harmonizing the relationship with the ground or with the gravity. Breathing is a matter of harmonizing the relationship with the air. The mind, mental state, harmonizing the relationship with the six kind of sensory input. That's why we can say Zazen as a Dharma gate of peace and ease, not the purpose-driven, forceful human endeavor. Right? So for me, maybe first 10 years of my practice of Zazen was not the Zazen actually. I realized when I was 40, around 40. I was very serious, but my effort was purpose-driven and very forceful. I realized this. I had this realization thanks to a meeting with Thich Nhat Hanh in 1995. He gave me advice saying something like, Issho-san, you should smile more. Practice should be enjoyable. And other advice was, he gave me a signature, which is, there is no way to happiness. Happiness is a way. So I was walking a way to happiness, which means I am not yet happy because I am not getting to the goal of happiness yet. That's why was my vision of the practice. But he said, happiness is the way. So I should be happy right now in the midst of the practice. So it's not, of course, I knew that practice and enlightenment is one. I read it, I studied in the Dogen's writing, but in actuality, I did not practicing that way. So, and then also I get married and had a daughter, and I formed a family. That's also the another background conditions in which I gradually, slowly made a shift in my practice. Solo, forceful, purpose-driven practice to more joyful, enjoyable, and also not solo, but together with other people and together with the nature, like ground, air, and also sounds, light, smell, and so on. So that was a very slow but definite shift in my practice. And then I start enjoying sitting little by little. So for now, I analyze the Zazen in this nine sections. So here, releasing, let go. And then second is receiving, accepting, and then appreciating. And then those three elements can be applied to harmonizing the posture, harmonizing breath, harmonizing mind. So let me explain. So what is the element of releasing as for the posture is letting go of body weight for grounding. Usually we keep holding attention. Because as far as we identify ourselves as a separate self, creating the boundary around me and not me, naturally or inevitably, we feel fear, threat. And out of fear, we tend to consciously, unconsciously create a defense mechanism. We try to defend this separate ego from the threat from outside. So as a result of this fear and then defense, we have lots of tensions here and there. The shoulder lifting up, biting, and also some carrying here and there in our torso, some kind of tensions. And also mind is always kind of preparing for something to happen, right? So we have to release these tension, mind-body tension as much as possible when we practice Zazen, because Zazen is somehow shedding off the defense mechanism from our body-mind. That's why we need to create a safe space around us, the Sangha or Zendo and something like that. We should create, so creating the safe space in terms of physical environment and also human environment. That is a very important part of the Zazen practice. So letting go of your body weight, letting go of your attention for ground. Once we let go of our tension, we can send our body weight or defense mechanism toward the center of the earth. So in this context, the house of the Buddha is to the center of the gravity, to the ground. So we let go of our physical or mental tension toward the ground. So this is called grounding, right? So how much you can ground or you can release those unnecessary tension towards the floor. So this creates us a stability of the posture. And the second part, the receiving, is we receive the supporting force as much as how the release, how much you release the body weight. So it's a natural law. I think Newton's physics, third law, I think, action, reaction. So it's naturally, the more we let go of our body weight towards the floor, ground, the more we receive the supporting force, which is expressed as uprightness of the posture. So without this receiving, our uprightness or straightness of our back, we in Zazen, people often emphasize straighten your back. This effort of having a straight back become very forceful if lack or fail to receive this naturally supporting force from the ground. So for us to receive this supporting force, we have to let go. So it's a two sides of the same coins. And then when we can sit that way with the help of the gravity or in a good relationship with the gravity or ground, we can feel the ease of being one with the ground. There is no struggle or fight or conflict between ourselves and our body and the ground. So naturally, there, we can feel the ease, maybe joy of being supported, fully supported by the ground. So this support from the ground is a basis for us for the sense of security or peaceful mind. Do you follow? So this is Sawaki, Kodo Sawaki Roshi, the abbot. He was the abbot of Antaichi in Kyoto. And this posture shows us the together groundedness and then uprightness, or heaviness and lightness, or stability and flexibility. I often use the English expression like be movable without moving. Be movable without moving, or be still without holding. Be still without holding. Somehow it sounds very like Zen because it's a integration of opposites, right? Be movable without moving. Be still without holding. And also releasing the tension is very important, because tension, who creates a tension? Myself, right? So the effort of Zazen is kind of very opposite to our ordinary effort. Ordinarily, we made an effort of doing more. We are encouraged do more, study more, work more, right? So that's but that's the only one kind of effort. There's another effort of doing less. The effort of Zazen is this type of effort, doing less. Because the less we do, the deeper we see. Zazen is seeing the deeper dimension of our life. So in order to see deeper dimension of our life, we should do less. The less we do, the deeper we see. So letting go and receive and appreciate. This is, I often use this picture, a baby sitting, 11-month-old boy is sitting nicely, beautifully, without effort. But you can see the quality of grounding and also uprightness here. So we should be sensitive. So we should let go of our body weight to the floor, but we need to find the correct spot to let go of our body weight. If it's too backward, our posture becomes like this naturally, because it's the organic relationship of the pelvis and the spine. So if you support your body weight or let go of your body weight to the floor, to backward, at the too backward spot, your back becomes like this. But it's too much forward. Naturally, you'll bend the back like this. So we need to be very sensitive to which part of your sitting bones supporting your body weight. Here, let go of your body weight to the earth, to the ground, and also supporting force coming where you receive the supporting force from the floor. It's here. So this is very subtle. Not here, not here. It's a middle way, right? Somewhere. So you always, moment by moment, every time you sit down, you fleshly inquire this point with beginner's mind. Because situation, your body conditions and also situation is always different, right? So every time you should find this spot using your sensory awareness. So in that sense, Zazen is very, very somatic practice. And also, this is also important for me. We say straighten your back, but actually, back is not the straight. The straightness should be here. This is the front side of your spine. So it's inside your body, not the surface of your body, right? We tend to create a straightness somewhere here because it's visible, but actually, this is a central axis of our body, is not that kind of surface area, but deep inside our center of our body. So straightness should be here. Now, of course, this line is this line, right? And also lightness. Sometimes I teach my students to use this kind of imagery. These are each part of the spines kind of floating, not by your self-effort, rather the kind of air floating your spine up. Then this is your head, right? So somehow we have to change the kind of forceful quality of our sitting to somehow more like a light effort or effortless. Effortful to effortlessness is one very important orientation of our maturation of our practice. So sometimes I use those pictures. And also this is my hobby, the slack line. If you try to forcefully walk on this rope, you'll be kicked out from the rope. You have to allow the belt to support. So you have to receive. So this practice of walking on the tight rope, not a rope, it's a belt, very elastic belt, is very similar to release, receive, and appreciate. So I'm appreciating, enjoying joy of walking through this belt. Okay, quickly, I should summarize the another part of it. As you can guess, the breathing, the releasing is out of breath. So we breathing out, exhale as an offering. In breath, we receive as a gift. I think we need this kind of attitude, how to offer totally my life, giving my life, offer my life to what? To the nature. And then as a result of this total offering, we receive a new life as a gift. So every out breath, in breath, we are doing very sacred exchange, offering life, receiving life, right? So if we can carry this kind of ethos or feeling, it's not a thinking, it's kind of feeling, right? Our intimacy with breathing will be deepened. And then we can appreciate the three pleasures of breathing. Out breath give us a pleasure of relaxation, release, right? And the in breath give us a kind of great taste of the fresh air. And also third one is very important, the pause between out breath and in breath. Pause between in breath and out breath. It's a pleasure of silence, pleasure of quietness. So every breathing, we are appreciating those three pleasures. But we need some preparation or exercise to deepen this offering, receiving gift, and enjoying. But I don't have time this time, but sometime later, another occasion. And then mind, Zazen, there's no meditation object to focus on. So rather, I explaining relaxing eyes, ears, nose, tongue, body, and the brain. So 6 sensory organs deeply relaxed because no defense, right? Release. Then we can receive fully whatever comes as it is. Light, sounds, taste, flavor, and so on, right? And then through this releasing and receiving, we can meet the world very fleshly, not through the concept, but through the direct contact with the world. So we definitely feel the wonders of life, as Buddha did, wonderful, wonderful, right? Well, that's what he said when he opened his eyes, awakened. So Zazen is nothing but the practice, what Buddha practiced under the Bodhi tree. So it's time to, right, shut up. Okay, so that's my way of sharing Zazen. I hope I could make myself understood a little bit. Okay. Thank you very much for your patience.
Oh, Issho-san, thank you. That's beautiful. I think, all of our friends online and also our community in the Zendo deeply appreciate your very clear seeing and perspective, and also your attitude.
Thank you.
Thank
I
you.
hope someday, yeah, practice this kind of Zazen together with you. I hope.
Well, yes, and I'm happy we will see each other again in September with Hiroshi.
All right. All
That
right.
will be wonderful.
Right.
Thank
you very much.
Thank you, Issho-san. And as a lover of spreadsheets and graphs and charts, I love those illustrations in that chart. And I wonder if we could check in at another time. I'd love to use those in meditation instruction here with the way the spine is. It's just so clear that this is.
Okay. Yeah, I'll send you the PowerPoint material to you. Right? Yeah, you can use as much as much as you want.
Wonderful. Thank you so much, Issho-san. So we'll end with the 4 great Bodhisattva vows.